Hi everyone! So when it comes to styling your plants, there are so many options for pots and planters out there. You've got different colors, textures, materials and sizes. So I did a poll on Instagram asking if you'd like to see how I style my plants, and the response was 100% yes, so thank you all so much for that. I do have a growing collection of indoor plants, so we might be here a while if I went through each and every one of them. Perhaps I'll save that for another video, maybe do a plant tour. But I thought of categorizing it in a series of videos focusing on the different colors that you could style your plants in. And for today, I would like to share with you how I style my plants in the color white. To start us off, I love the simplicity of this white pot that I got from Bunnings for $1.50. It comes in two sizes, and if you're just starting out your collection with smaller plants, I highly recommend it as it fits a 9cm nursery pot perfectly. Go for plants with variegated leaves if you can find them, as the creaminess of the white goes really well with this petite pot. Not all white pots have to be plain and boring. You can always find something that has a color accent to it. Like this one here that I have with the marble finish. I really love this one. I find that silver and gold goes really well with white and the green of the plant as well. So if you can find something with subtle gold and silver throughout the white pot, that would look really nice in your collection. This one here, I think I got it from Target many years ago. It's fairly inexpensive, and I do like that it is a taller pot as well, so it adds the height to my collection when I have all my plants on the same level. Another great way to store your indoor plants is to reuse planters or vases that you receive from floral arrangements sent to you by family and friends. I received this long white planter from a friend of mine who sent some beautiful flowers recently, and after the flowers died, I emptied out the floral foam that was in there and stored two nursery pots. You should never repot your plant directly into a planter that doesn't have drainage holes, but I might save that for a different video and different topic of discussion another day. Right here I've got my Calathea White Fusion and my Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma. I do like having two plants of different heights and different colors and shapes to give it an interesting look. I think that it looks really nice that way. You could also put two of the same type of plants in this space. Like if you had two pothos of the same type, it would create a really full and lush look as well, which would look really nice. I mentioned earlier about gold and silver complementing white really well. So this is a good example of a planter that I purchased a while back. It has silvery glitter painted at the bottom. I do like that it makes a point of difference from what would have been a plain white pot. This one here has a drainage hole at the bottom and a little saucer that comes with, so I've planted my aloe vera straight into it. This aloe vera is propagated from a massive mother plant of aloe vera that my mother-in-law gave me. It's outdoors right now, but yeah, this is a good example of, you know, a silvery accent to a white pot that just makes it stand out a little bit. I got this from an Etsy seller many years ago. I am a huge fan of Etsy. I have a store on Etsy and I buy from makers and crafters all around the world as well. I believe this seller is from Melbourne, and I'll try to find a link to her store and enter it in the description box below. A great way to add white pots in your collection is to find something with texture or pattern on it. I really love this one. that has this tiled look. I got this a few months ago from Bunnings, and as you can see, my nursery pot doesn't quite fit completely in it, but I like that it sits on top perfectly, creating this black border that I don't mind at all. And I've placed my philodendron Brazil in this pot. I think it goes really well. One of my favorite textures on all my white pots is this one here. Speaking of textures and patterns, it's nice to have pots that aren't perfectly finished and have that handmade look to them. I think it adds a bit of character and breaks it up a little in a sea full of white pots. I've got a little Zamioculca zamifolia, also known as Zanzibar gem here. We've got a bigger one in our bedroom, so this little guy will be making his way to my husband's work desk soon. If you're not a fan of stripes or strong patterns, perhaps try a stone finish pot. This one here is really subtle. It's got speckles of black and grey throughout, which I really like. You can't really see it from far, it's not that obvious, but right next to a plain white pot there is a point of difference, and I think keeps it really simple as well. I'm gonna need two hands for this heavy one. So this here is a plain white ceramic pot that tapers in and is quite tall. I can't remember where I got this pot from. I feel like it would have come in a floral arrangement that was sent to me many years ago. But when I got this string of pearls, I wasn't sure if we were going to hang it or have it sat just by itself on the table. So I just had the black nursery pot on top of a plate for the first couple of weeks when we got her. And then when I was swapping pots around with my other plants and seeing what I had in storage, I found that this white pot fit quite perfectly, because if you can see, the black nursery pot just sits on the edge of the pot, and I do quite like how the pearls are hanging down, and eventually if it grows all the way to the bottom of the pot, it would look really lush and beautiful. I almost forgot to include this in my collection as it's sitting on my desk. It's a pretty heavy one. It's made out of concrete, narrow and tall, so not exactly something that I would be looking for my indoor plants. However, I found this in the bargain corner when my husband and I were in a furniture store placing a deposit for our bed, I think. While waiting for the paperwork to be done, I got distracted and I saw a little bargain corner, and I think I only got this for about $8 or $9. You can't really put much in it, but it fits my aloe vera perfectly. And this aloe vera, it's not hydro or soil. I just make sure that the root is wet once every week and it just survives. If you have a specific plant that you like to style, I find that drawing from the natural colors on the foliage a great starting point. In the case of this Calathea makoyana, it's got purplish and brown hues, and because it's so ornate and has such pretty patterns on the leaves, I like housing a plant like this in a plain white pot so it's not too noisy, and further elevating it with a wooden plant stand that then complements the browns of the Calathea. Adding natural elements to your plants is like coming full circle, and this seagrass basket from IKEA is a perfect example of that. I've chosen the one with the white border, and the combination of the two colors I feel really completes the majestic look of this Strelitzia Nicolai. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I style some of my plants in white. That modern and minimalistic look can be achieved in many other colors, and some of my favorites are black, green, pink, and grey. If you incorporate texture, accent colors, and play around with sizes and height, you're on the right track to creating a lovely indoor oasis. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe if you'd like to see more styling content and support my channel. And until the next video, take care.